Man, just when the music's getting funky,
I know.
when it's starting to do what I need, I can sense like Coupe was getting ready to start burning a 16 in the background, just freestyling to the moon beat as we wait our 30 seconds to come in. What it do, snackers, snackettes, snack X's. I am your boy Gage. I'm here with Sin and Frosty and Coupe and Domingo and Jokes. And you are now tuned into the Lodi Snacks Movie Club discussion of The Wiz. First and foremost, how is everyone?
Good.
Great.
So, kind of, sort of. Well, oh no.
Oh no.
All right, let's try it. And back again.
Back.
You made it.
My internet was like, you don't need to talk about this movie.
Right now, I feel like that's all the internet wants is to hear you talk about this. I'm almost positive. All right, so look. I know we have at least one first timer here. I'm pretty sure everybody else has seen this at least once before.
Mm-hmm.
Domingo, how many times have you seen this movie?
Countless.
All right. Sin, when's the last time you saw this movie?
When I was little.
7?
Around the first time, it came out with the family and all that kind of stuff. Somewhere around then, yeah.
Cool. How many times have you seen this movie?
I've seen this a lot. Like a lot.
Yeah?
Like a lot. As a matter of fact.
Uh-oh.
There's a story behind it.
I got a story.
I was able to be in the school play of The Wiz.
Oh, bro, I was definitely a Scarecrow in the school play, bro. What are you talking about?
No, I was his background production. I was gonna be Toto, but
I thought he was in it. The way he was going with this, I thought he was in it. No, I'm background production.
He definitely said I was able to be in.
Yeah, I mean, but on the outside, the behind the scenes, I thought I was gonna be Toto, but it didn't pan out.
Is that the part that you tried out for?
That's the part that they said that they had left.
And you still didn't get it? Like they had that left.
And then they had a Toto. And then they was like, yeah, you could do backstage production though. And I was like, all right.
All right. I kind of want to know what beat you to what beat you to Toto. I don't know who it is.
I failed the audition.
Failed the audition for Toto.
For Toto, for the dog.
Right.
Yeah. Frosty.
Yeah.
How many times have you seen this movie?
This was my first time seeing it.
And probably your last. Jokes.
A handful of times. I would say probably like 4 or 5 times. I haven't watched this though, probably in at least 10 or 15 years, probably. Yeah,
I feel you. It's been a very long time since I've seen this movie. Like, I definitely have seen it. I've probably seen this movie 30 times easy, 30 times plus, because as a young Michael Jackson fan, everything that man did, I watched it over and over and over and over and over again. I would ease on down the road every time my man eased. So yeah, I was about it, and it was like, I'm not sure why, but I feel like this movie used to come on around like Thanksgiving or Christmas all the time.
Yeah,
that sounds about right.
Sounds about right. Yeah,
it was one of those.
Then we would watch it. You know what I mean? It was kind of like a pastime. Like everybody would sit down. We would sit down, pop popcorn, and it'd be like a thing. The Wiz is coming on. We watch that thing with commercial breaks and everything. It take like 3 hours. It's a long movie. It's a long movie, straight up. All right. I got a consensus, I think, from everybody else. Domingo, how much time has passed since the last time you seen The Wiz and this viewing?
It's probably like about a few months. Because I actually like to watch it. I think I was thinking about the Tin Man scene. And so I was like, where is it? Came home on the on the whatever the streaming services found it. So I said, oh, let me watch that. So I started, and then I went back and watched it from the beginning. And then it just so happens when you said that this was the movie, I was like, oh, okay. This is actually really one of the ones I didn't have to watch again because, like, literally, I've seen it so many times. I just watched it. So yeah.
I will say this: watching movies for a movie club is different than when I'm critical when I watch a movie anyway, no matter what it is. But watching a movie for movie club, I do specifically view with different eyes. Like I'm looking for certain things. I'm trying to be critical of what I see. This movie has been, like you said, it's probably been 20 years or so. What's up, Shane? Because my youngest hadn't seen this at all. So I was like, oh, okay, well, we have to fix that. But she watched it with my mom and with Zaina. I just rewatched it. What up, Doctor Who? Yeah, so it's been a while. And I'm gonna tell you that, like, watching it for the purposes of having a discussion about it, it's definitely different from having just watched it for the sake of watching it when I would watch it before. Because a lot of times when I would watch this movie before, it was for real strictly for the music. I'm a huge Quincy Jones fan, and him putting his signature in this music was just like a thing for me. However, I have something I want to share because the last time I watched this, I did it specifically because of something that happened that I saw, and I want to share that with y'all. So
the story on everyone's mind continues to be the absence of police officers in Quahog. Sir, as a citizen, how has this affected you?
The police are gone? Oh my god, we're finally safe!
Now look, I don't listen.
That was hilarious, bro.
I laugh at the people that watched the episode and never watched The Wiz. I don't know what was going on.
Exactly, bro.
I wouldn't have had any idea. I've heard that song before, but I didn't know where it was from.
And now you know.
I mean, I didn't like
the song. The battle that was a Family Guy deep cut. Like the first time I saw that, they were like, "Oh, the police are gone." A Slim just unzipped.
Yeah.
I say, "Oh, they go hard." And that I hadn't seen The Wiz in years, and I was like, "I gotta watch The Wiz."
The Wiz now.
I could not get that song out of my head for like 2 days.
Yeah.
So let's talk about The Wiz, shall we? Look, here's the thing. I want to be very clear before we even go too hard or too far. I'm going to be critical. I love this movie. I am going to be critical, but I love this movie. This movie came out in 1978 and is actually credited with ending the brilliant run of blaxploitation films. Like, it is credited with ruining Black American films, literally.
I had never heard that term before. Blaxploitation.
Blaxploitation, yeah.
When I was watching it, Sean was sitting next to me and he goes, "This is part of that era, and this is garbage. Like, this has ruined it." So without you ever saying, like, I had no idea.
It's a strange thing, right? Because I think what's happened is, so at the time when it came out, when it hit theaters, bombed. Like made way less money than it cost to make. This is a movie that happened because it had been made into a musical, a play, right? The play actually opened in Baltimore here first, a year before it made it to Broadway. When it got to Broadway, it struggled for a good period of time. Who did that?
What in the world? Hey, Coupe.
Did somebody just put Coupe on blast?
Hey, listen.
There you go.
I don't know. Something happened. Hold on. We're going to try to fix it. We're going to try to fix it. Let me see what happens if I bring him back. There we go. Okay. I don't know. Coupe is like, who, me? So the musical eventually ends up winning a bunch of Tony Awards and being highly praised and so forth. And when they did the musical and got the rights, originally Fox had the rights, had the first right of refusal to make a movie. Motown bought the rights from Fox and ended up making this. And that was on the strength of the fact that like Grease came out like just a few months before this. And they had like one other film that came out just before this. It was also a musical. It was also a Motown production. So like Motown was kind of feeling themselves like, hey, we can do this. It's a hit. It's hot. And so as a child growing up watching this, I was just watching a movie that had singing in it. I didn't really know technically what a musical is versus what a movie is, but you know, and a lot of what happens in this movie to me is like, these are elements that are stage play elements that they put into a movie as opposed to making it a movie. And there's a lot of other stuff that is in the background behind it as far as the play is concerned, with like Stephanie Mills being a brilliant singer and being, playing Dorothy up front. And then it, because it's Motown and Diana Ross getting that role of Dorothy. What up, Zay? But yeah, so I mean, that's a little bit of history. The other thing that I want you to understand is that, again, there was a lot of push behind this movie. So Sidney Lumet, who directed this film, also directed 12 Angry Men, Dog Day Afternoon, Serpico. Like, this man has like joints under his belt, right? So I think they really intended for this to go a very different direction than it did. And in the later years, as it hit television and that kind of stuff, it became kind of a staple, especially in like Black households with music and so forth, right? And as Quincy Jones, I mean, he was already he wasn't at the pinnacle of his career. He was like still on that meteoric rise, but having him involved in the music and all that kind of stuff definitely made a difference. Yeah, Diana straight up demanding that role. Like, I'm gonna be Dorothy. I don't think she's bad in it, but so let's talk about the cast. Sin.
Yo.
Who is your favorite character in The Wiz?
Michael Jackson, Scarecrow.
Domingo?
I don't really have a favorite.
You like them all?
Yeah, I like them all, but I had to probably say that.
Same man?
Yeah.
Nipsey.
Yeah.
Definitely. Jokes?
I gotta say Michael.
Coupe, I know it's Toto for you.
Yeah, Toto's my guy. No, it's definitely Michael Jackson.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Frosty. You are familiar with The Wizard of Oz, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite character from The Wizard of Oz? Do you like The Wizard of Oz?
I love The Wizard of Oz, the original Wizard of Oz.
Okay.
Like, my little sister was obsessed with that movie. Like, we watched it so many times growing up. And I'd say from that one, it was probably either the Scarecrow or the Tin Man.
Okay.
In this one, it was Toto because there were no lines and he was rarely on screen.
Shout out Toto.
I mean, the whole thing is Toto's fault if you think about it, honestly.
I mean,
That's
in a lot
fine.
of ways.
That's fine.
In a lot of ways. Jokes.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about the way this movie starts? Because I have some issues with how there's no actual dialogue in the intro to this movie, and I didn't remember that. Like,
same.
Again, I've seen this movie like 30 times. I didn't remember there being zero dialogue. They just
Right in
started singing. It bothered me, but Jokes, what are your thoughts?
I mean, just I kind of was in the same place. I completely forgot. So when it just kicked off with the singing, I was just like, at first I was like, wait, I was like, do they actually have lines in this, or is this like a whole singing thing the whole way through? And then as we finally got to like, okay, no, it's not that. So I guess thinking that it was coming from a musical into a movie, I'm like, okay, these things are going to intertwine and they're going to go back and forth between each other. So I was like, okay, cool, whatever. I guess it didn't necessarily bother me. I guess I liked the whole before, having the family at the table, doing Thanksgiving, or yeah, I guess it was Thanksgiving at that point. It was a turkey. Cool.
Okay.
But I mean, honestly, nothing. It wasn't like I disliked it. It wasn't like I'm going to say this was the best way that you could have opened a movie.
Yeah, I feel like I don't feel like they do a great job of setting up exactly what Dorothy's issues are.
Agreed.
Like why she's so reserved or kind of like is not feeling this entire family function thing and kind of like off put by it. Like you can see it. You don't really know what
caused this. Like, is
it
like
you don't really know? Is it jealousy?
Bad relationship with the family, or just that disconnect? They don't.
Also, let me just make this very clear. 24 years old in 1978. Old, bro.
you just killed my man.
I'm glad you said it, dog.
When they said she was 24, I was like,
where?
Bro.
That's a grown ass woman.
We can stretch the truth a little bit.
Yeah.
We go whole 36. I was like, bruh, what's going on? But again, like yeah, like it's like I know the story of the Wiz. I know the story of the Wizard of Oz. I know what the the main points of it are. But like, I think every other time I've ever watched this film, it's completely lost on me that like, oh, Dorothy's like a kindergarten teacher. And she has this opportunity to get more money and be a high school teacher and spend more time. And to be honest with you, a lot of what Auntie M was saying to her was resonating with me. Like, yeah, Dorothy, go get that bread. What you doing? You know what I mean? And I could kind of feel some of the fear that she had about like going off on her own and being away. And it's like, again, like you don't really know what the family story is. You don't know why she lives with her aunt instead of living with her her mom and dad or whatever that is. You don't really know that, right? You kind of just have to take what they give you, because almost as soon as you get any of that, there's a tornado in the street in the middle of New York.
That blizzard got that kind
that
of cool.
blizzard was
she put on the smallest. She put on the smallest jacket.
and you're telling me that short little dog was like, oh, look at all this snow.
No, the way Toto ran up them steps when he got out the door, like I was like, your little short ass legs just like
Hey,
mountain climb.
He's putting his paws in that snow and immediately going, fuck this, and going back inside.
Like, I'm done. There had to be food outside or something. Like, I don't know. Total just wanted to get away. Look, we can assume that because the tornado was caused by Glenda, because she did just like blow that thing into town. I'm just gonna assume she drew Toto out, and that's what it is. Is there an actual need for like Toto had to pee for sure?
He's peeing in the house.
Toto would have been like right next to that door. Was there a need for some character development for Dorothy at all? Domingo? Do we need more? Or does it matter?
Nah, I think the conversation she had with her aunt, like right before she went out there, letting her know that take this opportunity to get out of the house. Not really telling her that it's your time to leave, but giving her that inspiration.
Kind of.
Do that. Yeah, I know she kind of put it that way, but it's like, yeah, I mean, I think after that talk right there, that's where everything needed to lead to. And you didn't need any more than that. You could see it when she was actually going through the dinner, taking the plates away from everybody, and then she was the helper, and if that's all she wanted to do, or that's what she felt like she had to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a part of me that feels like she felt like she needed to be helpful in order to feel like it was necessary for her to be there because she didn't want to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I do think that there is certainly more to the idea of them saying like, you never been south of 125th Street, right? Like you don't know what else is out there. You have no idea what you're missing by sticking to this one area, by staying here. I do definitely think, especially in this area, like I feel like a lot of people in this area for a long time just kind of stuck to that. Like, I want to be here. I love it here. I don't want to go anywhere else. And when you do that, you just miss out on a lot of experiences, and you fail to see not just what experiences there are out there, but like to get an understanding of why people do the things they do, how they live, other cultures, that kind of stuff. And so, even though New York is a melting pot,
yeah,
you don't have to go super far to see different cultures and stuff. If you never make it past a certain point, then you only know what you see. And I do think that is supposed to be a piece of what's baked into this story, and her getting whisked away to this fanciful place, right? So let's talk about the whisking away and the almighty drop in. The drop kick of the letters O and Z. Sin.
Yo.
You like wrestling now all of a sudden? How would you rate Dorothy's drop kick of the O and the Z coming into Munchkin Lane?
It's a 4.
It's not strong.
4. Nah. She had to win backing her up on that one.
It's tough with a skirt.
Yeah.
Very much.
I want to say this though. I don't know if you guys noticed. Extra points to Dorothy. Her skirt had pockets.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I noticed.
The first time she went and put her hands, I was like, oh, you got
pockets in her skirt. As a child, I hated this part of the movie.
Hey, hold
that wall graffiti people, bruh.
These are the Bama's that had that.
No.
Okay,
but I still hate them. Like it just was nasty. It was scary to like watch them peel themselves away from the wall and like scurry over. Was not amusing for me as a child. Hated it. Relax, Domingo. However, again, there's a lot of context that happens. Straight up, Zayna, nightmare fuel. There's a lot of context that happens here that again, I just think as a younger viewer, I wasn't really paying attention to and really listening to just kind of like, okay, the oppression of these people, they got caught doing graffiti and they shouldn't have been, and the Wicked Witch punished them. I think the Wicked Witch is supposed to be the police. I'm not even joking. Like, I think that's what it's supposed to be. And like, stuck them to the walls, never to be moved again. She came in, dropped the OZ on
dropped ounces
on the Wicked Witch, and freed the people. It's not different from the Wizard of Oz. Technically, I don't know why they're Munchkins. I assume it's the name of their dance crew, but see, Munchkin Land wasn't scary. Are you wild? I dare you to go to that joint now. I dare you to go to that joint now, Doc, and not be shook if the people if the graffiti peels itself from the walls.
I'm out.
This is definitely scarier. Yeah, I'm not. What? I don't care that there's a sliding board.
Not at all.
And a merry-go-round. Nah, that's just
the creepiness.
It looked like a playground you're not supposed to go to.
100%. Dorothy was shook. And then
That's because Dorothy don't go outside.
they don't go outside. And then they call the witch, the one. And do you know that until I watched this movie this time, I did not realize that she runs the numbers? Didn't catch it at all. One of the most interesting things for me about this entire film, like, she runs the numbers.
I called
like,
that the second time around.
Everything that she talks about is all about the numbers running up. You know, she gives her address. She's like, oh, hey, what else you trying to play? Like, let's do it. Like, she runs the numbers. She's the lotto lady in the streets. You know what I mean? And the Munchkins are they with it. Like, she's it. My folks let me watch horror in the early '80s. This wasn't scary to me. Let me tell you something.
Of course.
It's not. This is not horror. It's not the same thing.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not horror kind of scary. It's not gory. It's not jump scare. It's like, it's creepy. It's like, ew. Like, don't touch me.
Like, uncomfortable. It's like
I don't know where your hands been. Kind of creepy. Like, it's nasty. That's what it is. It's nasty. I want you to go back and watch it again and listen to the sound. They juxtapose it over these people's hands peeling from the walls.
Nope.
It's nasty.
It sits in my brain. It still does. I hate it.
It's creepy, but he's the Wiz, one of my favorite productions. Absolutely. I'm going to tell you that opening song that we talked about that starts the movie, my least favorite song. Least memorable joint in the whole movie.
Hey, look, I was mad at that part because I'm like, why y'all singing? I'm trying to eat. Y'all got me sitting here at the damn table, all this food everywhere.
Just sitting there like,
let's eat.
Like, are you ready for the song right now?
I gotta disagree, because when this movie started and I heard that song, it was almost like nostalgic in a way. It was like, I know this song, you know.
That's
maybe
Coup's Thanksgiving's be. That's Coup's Thanksgiving's right there.
Hold on, but you don't feel that way about every other song in the movie.
I hadn't seen this movie in so long, and then when I heard it, it almost as if like I heard it yesterday for some reason. It was like, I don't know. I
mean, I'm gonna let you have your nostalgia, Coupe. I won't take that from you. It doesn't make it not the worst song in the movie.
I didn't say it wasn't
on that. It's the worst song in the movie.
A lot of things, like, you know, when we talk about movie club and we get, and I saw this was it. It's like, it's funny when you're the oldest guy in the crew right here, and there's some things that, you know, I honestly, no disrespect, Frosty, I would never think you would have watched The Wiz. I would think
it wasn't built for her. That's cool.
Yeah, and it wasn't. So I'm like, you think about, I remember when they came on TV for the first time on Channel 4, and it was like, yo, The Wiz coming on. Everybody was in the house watching that joint. We took a school trip to that joint. We had to sign permission slips to go see it. When I went in and I said, oh, this is
see the movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
When the movie came out, it's like, I don't know what grade I was in, but basically we just signed a slip. Went through and I said, oh, this is a musical? But I wasn't really used to that.
Sure.
You know, so, but, you know, things like West Side Story, didn't really watch Grease, but I stayed into there. But this is one of the few musicals that I've watched that. So when you say nostalgic, it takes me back to, yo, Sunday night on Channel 4, this joint's coming on. Everybody needs to be a significant thing. This person did it, all black cast, boom, boom, boom. This was the music coming from, and then going to the actual theater with your class to go see it. That's what I think about. And then
now,
seeing
I'm gonna with you. Like,
yeah.
This movie is like my first Cosby Show.
Mm.
The Wiz is coming on. Put your pajamas, get you know what I'm saying? Get your bath, get your pajamas on, come sit in front of the TV. The whole family about to gather around. It's about to be a thing. Like that's a whole 100%. I feel you 100% on that. That first song's weak. That's weak, dog. That's weak. You know what I mean? And like I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Yeah, I don't know if I've made it very clear within this group, not just those of us who are on the panel, but for those who are watching, that like I have issues with like Tyler Perry movies. And when this joint started,
that was the first vibe you got.
Like, this joint feels like Madea about to do something.
Yeah,
just come bust through the door. How you doing? Let me get some of this food right here. Why are you singing? Shut up while I eat my food.
Yeah, I wasn't there.
You did that really good.
Yeah, you should do Madea.
Hey, listen,
Madea cosplay.
Them zeros coming to check the right way. I would damn sure enough do Madea.
Hey, bro, I think you do less for no money. Stop playing.
Call him out. Call him out.
So, all right, Munchkins, creepy / freaky for me. If it don't bother you, cool. It bothered me.
Respect.
This time around, it was like, all right, you know, it is what it is. They are not unlike watching The Wizard of Oz. The Munchkins are the introduction to you're in the land of Oz. This is where you are. And they just kind of send her on her merry way. And what is very different, again, this is definitely more adult / more creepy, is like, they like, yeah, go that way. And then she turns around and everybody's gone. They all come Batman. And I'm like, oh, nah.
No.
Nah, this isn't, because it's nasty. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, it is. I don't like it. I will say this. It took me until probably the last time I watched this to understand the cab reference. That, like,
so did I.
Cabs just won't pick up black people.
Are you serious?
Bro, listen. Cause like
that actually, I didn't take that. That's not what I took from that. I took something different from it.
Look at Joe. He's like, hold on. We off duty. We not. Nah, you can walk.
It didn't hit me until later, until like the second cab came up, and we was like, we don't need those cabs. And I was like, oh, okay.
It's like once they get to the point where it's like they have the lion and there's like a cab for each of them, and they're like, nah, we good. We'll take the subway. God, don't go.
Yeah, baby.
Relax. Hey, Domingo.
Because you know
Hold on. I also just realized watching this movie this time that the man that follows her around, like this creep that is following her around with the little dancing like he's a drug dealer.
That's my next.
That
you said that's your cosplay?
I can remember distinctly. That crap freaked me out.
Let me know when you're in that, because I'm gonna be nowhere near you.
We gonna sneak up on you?
I'm being.
But I'm gonna tell you what, Domingo, if you do that, you will stop the show, bro. Like, do that joint and come to BlurCon, you'll win.
Yeah. With them little puppets, they got bigger and bigger, whatever. That crap creeped me out when I was little.
And as it should. And we're gonna get there, because I don't like that my man was just like following them, and I was just like
smiling.
He just nah, Slim.
Yes, sir.
Straight drug. I didn't like it. But for a movie that's as long as this is, it feels like it moves at a very fast pace in terms of like Dorothy getting there and then meeting each of the next characters, the rest of her posse, if you will.
It actually made me really mad. I was like,
it went too fast.
No, I was like, oh, she's got all the guys. This has to be ending soon. And then
Wow.
I like looked at the time and I was
Come on.
like, how is there this much movie left?
That was
Yeah.
just the first half
I
of the
don't
arc.
know what to say here anymore.
Yeah, but the Wizard of Oz is long like that too.
Yeah.
It is. It's like
Yeah, and that joint's boring.
it is. It is, but they follow the Yellow Brick Road. There's some singing in there, and
I watched that so many times.
They
It's
get high
ridiculous.
on poppies and all that good stuff too.
it all
so,
happens.
yeah.
So
You know, yeah.
Michael Jackson, the Scarecrow. Dorothy rolls up, and the crows are. That's right. That man is unparalleled.
God,
terror.
the crows.
Crows are
Oh,
crows.
I saw them crows. I went straight to Dumbo. I was like, oh, they just got,
Dumbo, yeah,
It is
they just got racist.
It is Dumbo. It's about as blaxploitation as it gets.
Yeah.
And listening to them just kind of beat Michael the Scarecrow Jackson down. Like, nah, man, you can't get down from there. You stupid. Don't read like the Crow Commandments, dog.
Bruh, the whole time I'm watching, it's like, hey, Mike, just let go. Hey, Mike, you are not tied to anything, bro. This is making me mad. Just let go.
The one arm was like in the hoop, while the other arm was just kind of just ever so slightly just laying.
Like y'all can't even put no duct tape or nothing up there. He just holding on to it, like just let go, Mike.
Yeah, he was literally just holding on.
But that's but he says that though. He says, like, you mean the only thing that was keeping me up on that pole was me? Yes, dog.
Yeah, for real.
Yes. But more importantly, what I want to talk about is the
This is
act
really bad prosthetics.
of it's
Oh,
not. Because I think those were okay for 1978. But like,
not that Reese's peanut butter cup on his
I was
nose.
saying,
That was driving me crazy the whole movie.
And I didn't, you know something, and it just hit me for the first time. I'm like, why do you have like a Reese's cup or like a cupcake?
Yeah.
A cupcake, little.
he had a Reese's cup for his nose.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Between
I
that
felt
and
that
his,
and-
hat.
between
I mean,
that
that's
and his
cool. I
chin,
was watching it
that and
when
his
I was
chin
really
makeup was driving me crazy the whole time.
Yep.
It was a
It
little
looked,
gathering.
it looked
Little
hideous.
extra.
I'm like, oh, this
it
is
was
done
like,
so
you know
bad.
what? You need a little bit more. You know, hold on.
It was a little gathering. I need to talk about Dorothy's shooing of the crows. Cause
She shoot like a 36-year-old woman.
bro, listen. Get out of here, crows. Get out of here. I was like,
They didn't shoot.
But even worse than that, the crows looked at each other like,
who is this? Who is this?
who's this?
Who let her in? Toto is responsible for getting her stuck in Oz, responsible for removing the crows, and for scaring the lion. Toto is the star. But she just jumped in there. Like, you know, look, we have a thing, right? Like, hey, Slim, mind your business. She's like, he's like, I want to get. They're like, nah, you gonna say these commandments? You gonna sing this song?
Sing my song, boy.
Let me tell you something.
That
That song, though, that is my.
That's a song. That's
Hey,
a
look.
song.
I'm not gonna lie. That was probably my favorite point of the movie, but it wasn't because of the song. It just because it's been so long. Like, just I've seen this.
You hadn't heard it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it was Mike. You know, just hearing Mike's voice. I was like, oh, okay. Woo.
Exactly.
All right, Mike, do it for me. But
My man,
Hey, he was.
he goes in and it's like you can feel him feeling it, and he's like pretending to be stuck on that joint and like pushing his head to the moon. And you can't win. And just like,
and like the shaking of the head while you're getting into it.
and you can't get out of the game. And they just having a ball, bro, dancing around and shucking and jiving, like literal shucking and jiving. And then they like, yeah, you can't get down from there. And she just, mind your business, lady. She just like, I get you now. Mike was like, what? He said, relax, dog.
it was so bad. I'm sorry.
No one would be scared of her. No
Even
bird,
a little bit.
no bird would fly away. You know, but look, she gets my man down. She
Let's go.
boosts his confidence a little bit. He gives her the explanation. I got no brain. Pulls a little popcorn hat off. It's just straw up here. There's no, you know what I mean? It's newspaper. It's not even straw. It's newspaper up here. But I do like that they use the fact that he is made out of newspaper clippings. And then it's almost like he's reading fortune cookies.
That was what I said.
Yeah.
Right? Like that he just pulls stuff out but he spends his time reading, like he does that. So he is knowledgeable and he does know stuff and he has this stuff to fall back on. And I like that they use that to kind of portray him as being smarter than he realizes, or him having more knowledge or having access to things. But then, bruh, what did I say? I missed it.
Heather said she really appreciated how Michael depicted the character.
No doubt. He was wobbly, and he's wobbly like throughout the movie. There are moments
consistently.
Where, he stumbles and kind of falls, and I like and appreciate that. But then they find the yellow bricks. Now it's time for that theme song. Cool. Hey, bro, listen. I don't know if you care about any of the words in that song besides Ease on Down the Road.
Not really.
But you know the words, Sin.
You just hum them. You just make noises.
But you know them. Like, you know them.
You just refuse to sing.
Don't you carry nothing that might be a load. Tell him, Domingo.
He's on down the road. I'm listening to you.
Hey,
right.
The moment Mike started walking, he didn't stop dancing.
I knowing the relationship between him and Diana. That was cool to see them, have fun there with it and everything. That was cool.
The two of them together is really, there is something special about that. Like, like if you think, like for some reason recently, Instagram Reels and TikToks have had that resurfacing thing of her being on stage singing and bringing Michael Jackson up on stage with her, to sing it like. Yeah. One of the award shows or whatever, and it's just like it is special. There is a special relationship there that is pretty cool, and it's cool to see them, have that moment together. But man, I used to ease on down the road, bro. I used to do that dance down the hallway just to mess with people. Like that was a thing, bro.
You get wobbly late while you do it at the same time.
Unnecessary, sir. Because Mike don't wobble when he get the dance. He just wobbles when he's walking. Those legs they're good for that part.
You count how many spins Mike does in that movie. You take a shot every time Mike spins in that movie.
I am gonna ask whether or not anybody else, at least in this viewing, was a little perturbed or bothered by the fact that like she's trying to get home to New York and like doesn't recognize the 5 Empire State Buildings.
They buildings that are just right there.
The bridge, or that she's on the Brooklyn Bridge, or that she like. I'm like when they see the Emerald City for the first time, I'm like, hey, dog, it's New York. If I was out, I'd be like, oh, it's New York. I'm here. I made it.
Yeah,
like,
that was an issue.
It's no dream, but I made it.
New York to New York.
There's something different about it, but it's, after they ease on down the first time, they make it to the amusement park. Look at Domingo he's having a reminiscent moment.
Hey, listen, man. I love the movie. You know
what I mean? Bro. 100% this is one of my favorite parts of this movie. You hear the Tin Man screaming for help.
Yeah.
You have no idea where he is. They are looking. My man is trapped. My man is trapped under that thing. Coupe, relax. Stuck, bro. In a ball, bro. Like in like a fetal position on his back. They come over, straighten him out. It's not easy. And my man gives them the history of him, his 4th wife, Teeny, and starts to cry. Do it, Coupe. There it is, Doctor Who.
No.
My man rusts himself solid, stiff. It is the story of what happened to him, and it is hilarious. It's actually hilarious. It's hilarious to hear Nipsey Russell tell the story. To be angry while he's telling the story. That's right, Kristen. And like the fact that he's like mad at her, but then he cries over her, right? And they've been stuck. You know, there's nothing amusing about watching an amusement park shut down, right? He sings 2 songs basically back to back, which is crazy to me. I don't think I ever realized that before. Let me tell you what's creepy about this part.
Something's creepy about this part?
Relax, Domingo. I'm gonna tell you.
That was some shook kids, bro.
He was trapped under a negative stereotype for sure.
Oh yeah.
My man starts singing his song, and he says, "Now tell me what? Right?
Love that,
bro." The Adora Melage angels that are above him opening their eyes. What? Why, bro? It's unnecessary, dog. It's creepy, Domingo. It's creepy. It is, bro.
man.
And the only thing they can say is what? And they chime in. And they sound good.
I gotta say, this is my favorite song throughout the entire movie.
What, Slide Some Oil to Me?
Yeah. No, that's Slide Some Oil to Me.
Oil.
No.
That song is your favorite song, Coupe?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know, just the melody of it. I do like the extra, the angels in the background. What? I mean, I think that really makes the song.
Adora Melage.
It really does, yeah.
Your mom says it was creepy too? Oh, cool.
It is creepy.
What's wrong, yo? What's going on?
It's creepy, bro, because they cut to them and they like open their eyes.
Their eyes, yeah.
Real big. And just go, what? And it's just
You see Mike, you see the Scarecrow, he looks up, he's like, what the? Like, what the?
Hey, look, I had the same reaction Mike did. I was like, what the hell was that?
Michael Jackson looked around like, who, bro? Who? It's creepy. I don't like whatever, dog. Like, and then backs it up with Slide Some Oil to Me. Classic.
Yeah.
It's a classic. My man Jokes already hit it. Right? And my man starts talking about, go ahead, let me get that Crisco. Let me get that, I don't care what it is. Let me get that Crisco. I'll take any oil, bro. Just loosen me up. I'm trying to dance. I want to do my thing. Then he gets the breakdown where he gets to do the little tap dancing, and they got the faces that are sitting behind him, oh, which is tight, but it's creepy. It's creepy, bro. It is, dog. Like that amusement park is creepy, bro.
I was the song forward there.
You skipped me that song? Go right past that joint. I don't know. Right? Slide Some Oil for me is like
Domingo died.
It's classic Nipsey Russell. He gets to show off what he does. He sings, he tap dances. It's cool. Like I like the way it's put together. They convince him, come on, go with us. You know, the Wiz is gonna get me home. Gonna get the Scarecrow some brains. Which one can get you some? Get you a heart. You know what I mean? She opens the little trap door and hello, got the echo inside his chest. He's Bender. He's the original Bender.
Okay,
straight up.
Bite my shiny metal ass.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. And then you know what they do? They ease on down the road again. To the library. And I'm gonna tell you what's creepy about the library. Hey, don't try to tell me that them lion eyeballs watching them. Hey, dog.
No way, bro. What?
Bruh.
No way.
Come on. My man said, hey, listen, I don't know, but that lion is checking us out.
That was it.
You've seen this way too many times, sir.
Even I know a statue can't check you out. And he touched it. And when he did, bust that joint
My man split that joint in half.
Split that joint in.
I said, BS, bro.
That lion has been in that statue for how long?
Waiting for his opportune moment.
Like,
I'm just gonna sit here.
I'm gonna scare somebody.
One of these days, someone's gonna put their hands on me, and I'm gonna come out.
I just hiding. It turns out it's not stone. It's dirt. My man was just sitting in one spot for a long time. And comes out and listen. Again, not my favorite song, but I do have love for "I'm a Mean Old Lion." Just straight up, like I just need you to know, like in The Wizard of Oz. One of my favorite parts of The Wizard of Oz is literally listening to the Cowardly Lion be like, "If I were the king of the forest," like that's one of my favorite parts of that joint, straight up. And having my man just kind of jazz it up, "I'm a mean old lion." I get it. Fleetwood, Coupe DeVille is the mean old lion's name. You can't be mean.
No, that's a hard name. I'm sorry, bro.
Nah, I mean, it's a pimp
you
name.
gotta be. So you gotta be cool. You gotta be cool.
You
bro.
have to be cool.
Yeah.
You got to be. You know what I mean? Yeah. So they go through that whole thing. Toto bites him.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out my man is shooketh.
He bit me.
He's scary.
Mm-hmm.
Bit my paw.
What really made me mad is that he made no mention of how scary Toto was. He was just upset that he was bit. Like
straight up.
Well, you're the Cowardly Lion. Like there should be some sort of line about how you are afraid of the dog, not just ow.
I think he was saying that he's afraid of everything.
I'll act tough.
Like, I didn't get that.
Action.
Yeah.
I didn't get that at all.
Yeah, I mean, he is definitely, again, he's a lion without courage.
He's supposed to.
He got kicked out. He was the king. I don't know how he made it the king.
Mm-hmm.
He was the king. Got kicked out of the jungle. I had to come to the city. Came to the city where it's way creepier than it is in the jungle. It's creepy in that city, dog. It's a lot of creepy graffiti just be coming out the walls. I don't know if that's where you want to go, Lion. You know what I mean?
Just like you said about Mike's character, Scarecrow. Like he said he didn't have a brain, but he was always reading something that was pretty, knowledgeable. And the Cowardly Lion, he was actually saving people throughout the whole movie.
Well, I mean, like the very next scene, they grab him. They're going into the subway, and he's like saving him. I'm like,
it happens basically immediately.
Yeah.
Like right after that, they, and it's like, all right, bro, let's just do it. They ease into the subway. This is what Domingo been waiting for. They ease into the subway, bro, and they feeling good and confident. My man, the lion is like, I don't even know why it's a mirror on the on the poles in the subway. He's looking in the mirror. My mama used to say to me, Fleet. Yeah. Fleetwood, Coupe DeVille. And then the drug dealer shows up coming down the steps. And I'm gonna tell you what, they're all shook, and they should be, bruh. And my man's like, how's he doing that? And my man Nipsey's like, it's fine. He just has like a motor in his pocket. Man, I don't care. Kill that dude, man. Chuck Slim on the side of he needs to be on. I'm talking about like Def Jam Fight for New York down in the track. Go. And the joints, he's playing his little tune. Go ahead, do it, Domingo. Hey, bro. And them little joints start foing, 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 foing. And it's like, that's right. Drop kick that joint. Listen, it's like this weird, like cloth puppet superstars.
Yeah.
/ like inflatable waving arms, man, thing. Like bouncy, just a terrible spring noise. And they all start running and they get separated. And once they get separated, and here's the thing. there's no explanation for why this is happening to them.
None.
Nobody knows why this dude is chasing them. Mm-hmm. Nobody knows what's going on. Like
why the subway is attacking him.
Mm-hmm. So this is where I make my famous. It's dumb. It's dumb. But straight up, like the trash cans are attacking the trash. The Scarecrow is getting trash. That's right. Most unnecessary, nightmare-inducing part of the movie. They could have skipped it altogether. Look at Domingo. Hey, bro, listen. The trash cans had Coupe, bruh.
Hey,
Michael Jackson arms up.
Yes, BP.
There it is. Yes, dog.
My man, listen. My man went right back to being back on the pole. Had both his arms stuck inside. He was just gnawing on him, and the lion was just like. First of all, my favorite part about this section of the movie is how fast the lion is. Because when them joints got full size, a Slim got low.
Yeah.
A Slim got
with
low.
great cowardice comes great speed.
Apparently, because my man looked like he was in that Flash trailer from yesterday. Got up the stairs, out the door. Listen, he didn't even close the door; just closed behind him and locked itself somehow. Yeah. They are trapped. I want y'all to understand something. I hate this part of the movie, bro. It's so anxiety inducing. They are trapped between the inflatable, incredible, shrinky dink things and the doorway, and the lion is on the other side of the joint. And I'm just like, hey, dog, I know he's coming back, but dog, come back, bro. You got to come get this door open. Come open this door. And he comes and he just opens the door. There's no lock on the door, nothing. It just swings open.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then they get separated again. And now it gets ridiculous. Because because the Tin Man is under an electrical box.
No.
And these claymation wires just final destination their way to my man's head. It is so nasty, bro. It literally, Asen, do it again, because you had it. It's just like this little, like,
it was disgusting.
It has that sound that like horror movies and that click, 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 like that, like, and then the joint shocks him. He should have died.
Like, and it was funny the way they did it. It was in reverse. The way.
Yeah, they played it backwards, right?
Hey, BP, I said this the entire time I was watching it.
No.
We were like, this is a fever dream. Like
it is. The whole thing is. However, when the lion comes to save the Tin Man, you ain't never seen an uppercut right hook like you ever seen. My man called that joint clean off the wall. Saved him. And then Dorothy gets trapped by the bro. Listen. Why, bro? Hey, Domingo, stop enjoying this so much.
Hey, listen, bro.
This joint dumb.
Nah, like real talk, like you have to understand that, like,
yeah,
watching this joint as a child, living in Philly, and like going underground to get on the L. Shook, bro. I hate all of this, dog. I hate all of it. All of it. These joints literally just start breaking, and they have these like these wires that look like Sideshow Bob dreads coming out the top of the joint. like just like wiggling towards it, and they like trap her, and it's like they can't do anything to her. They don't have arms. I don't know what they're gonna do to her. She's just scared, and the lion forces his way in, holds it open. She gets out, and then he throws the mightiest UFC elbow you have ever seen. Then dropping pillars, bruh. The lion's a G. He's a straight up G. And then they get out of the subway. Let's go do some drugs. Some of these popping.
The red light district.
Straight up the red light district. The reddest light district. Come get this love and these drugs. And the lion is like on a high, bro. Like, you know what I just did? You can't tell me nothing. You know what we about to do? You see all that? Come on, let's go up in here.
Let's go up to this tube hole, and then slide down this thing that literally just takes us
and up on the roof.
It's just the roof.
The math ain't mathing.
Listen, saying it is mathing. Let me help you. So they go to them, they give them drugs, they lift them on the scaffolding, they go through they are now high.
I forgot.
They're now high.
Yeah.
They came from the subway, they go, they get the poppy seeds, they get the poppy, they're now high. They get hoisted up, they go through the tube that is the poppies are a whole mood. They are a whole mood. They're in a mood, they come out sky high. High as a kite. That's right.
Because I got high.
Exactly.
I actually have poppies tattooed to my arm.
See, you're all about this. Is your favorite part of the movie?
I don't
I
have
just need to get that scaffolding and the hole tattooed next to it, and it'll be a complete image.
Yeah, that's what I
want. Yeah, and so look, now we have a moment where we kind of might be going into my second least favorite song of this. Like I just feel like this is honestly in a way a moment I feel like I could have done without. Them being on the roof. I know what you're laughing at, Domingo. Them being on the roof and thinking they're dead.
Mm-hmm.
Tin Man cries. First of all, them some nasty tears. They were dropping
No. I could have done without the whole crying thing. I could have done without the whole crying thing, bro. Just slapping their face away.
No, just turn the faucet on, like.
Yeah. If it's gonna look like that, there should be like a mechanism to turn it on.
Turn it off. Between that and the ugly noise he was making doing it, I'm like, bro, like just stop all this, please.
Scarecrow was like, "Come over here, cry on Dorothy." Ew, dog.
I'm like,
Mike,
no.
be quiet, Mike. Stay out of this.
Keep your tears over there.
Y'all clearly never heard of COVID. Y'all just over here. Be a Lion is your number 2 song? Can't be. It can't be.
She said it.
She did say it. But I feel like she's gonna take it back by the end of this. And you know,
I'm shocked.
There were better songs than that one.
It's creepy.
It's not a bad song.
No,
it's just like
better.
Yeah. I mean, No Bad News is better than that to me.
Yeah.
I love that song.
As much as I hated that scene, yes, that was a better song.
Oh yeah, she's terrible. But look, now we're up high and we are high. We get over our high. Now we look in the distance and we see the Emerald City, New York, and we need to go there. And we get there straight up. I mean, look, we don't do this riffraff, bro. The maintenance entrance on the side, Slim. So they see them shoes. Yeah,
shoes. My man turned around, opened that door like it was nothing.
Hey, listen, shout out for them having the touch keypad for the vault on the joint. My man didn't even look. He was like, bing, 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 bing.
Not to mention, you talking about the shoes. She was getting it in them heels, running from place everywhere in this damn movie.
Listen to me. When the monkey
woman can do, not a 24-year-old.
At the end, I'm like, hey dog, they show her running, but she's running up and down those like hills, and you don't see her really from the waist down. I'm like, dog, if she's running in those heels,
if she was taking off,
Diana Ross should have ran track. Dog. She is booking. Like
when they went in the subway one of the time, like she had run, 100%. Like stopped and then ran down the. At first, I thought she just like jumped down like 6 steps and just forget. No, she
should have been able to walk the lion because she was crushing. Like she could have walked him down. We make it to the Emerald City, and this is for me the coolest part of this entire movie.
I agree,
bruh.
This is a pretty good part of the movie.
Like it's just, it don't make any sense.
Okay. Like visually, I do agree. That was probably visually the best part of the movie.
The music for me.
Yeah, but I could completely delete. I could delete this. Like it made no point of what was going on. Why are we doing 3 back-to-back dance sessions? Like, bro, come on.
I like the people who were hired just to walk slowly around the disc.
Oh, I loved it.
I mean, it was probably all the same people that were in them suits at the end of the joint.
Yeah.
Best musical scene in the movie, Emerald City. I listen 100%. That swap from green to red, the change of the music that goes with the red, and then that swap when he calls gold, that even just in between that.
No, that was all right. That was fire. That was for like I immediately thought I need to get just that as like a ringtone notification, just something to have on my phone. That was clean.
Yeah, I mean, it's the Wiz changed his mind. Now the color is gold, and we just switch up, and it's like the whole attitude, the atmosphere, same people, same outfits. It's a completely different feeling.
I like that long gold piano they had.
You see Quincy Jones on the piano.
And I feel like they built that whole scene just so they can make sure he got his cameo in that joint.
You saying that?
That is like just the way that's. I mean, again, look, I'll tell you what's. That's right. That Quincy smile. What's dumb is the giant camera.
And microphone.
And the microphone.
Both. Hey, Mike.
Hey, Mike.
I had the subtitles on. I had the subtitles on. It was literally Mike, and then the mic left on, and I was like, hang on. Oh, I get it now.
Oh,
Alpha 5 jokes. Walking. Yeah, like that's dumb. But again, it's like everybody who's there just wants to be in the presence of the Wiz. The Wiz has amassed this following. People don't know who he really is. They don't know. He sets the tone. He can do all things, and we don't even really know how he quite established that. But at this point, it's just this feeling. Like you can even see it on those 4 characters' faces as they enter the city and they're watching this happen, and they see the camera and they kind of get in. It's almost like for a minute they forget that they're on this mission to, like, they have things that they need to go get. They need to go see the Wiz because they need to get these things, and they're kind of lost in it for a minute because it's that mesmerizing, which I just think is pretty dope. And then when my man says, "Everybody stop," send up the shorty with the silver slippers. And they
was like,
I'm trying to see the Wiz for 2 years. Man, I've been trying to see the Wiz for 4 years. Like, I may get you some slippers, dog. I don't know what to tell you. You know what I mean?
The shoe game wasn't right.
We're at a point where now some of the real issues I have with this movie. What is the big deal about the silver slippers?
I don't think we really get a clear, concise thing about that, if I'm not mistaken. Like,
it was the Wicked Witch's slippers, right?
But other than that, it
was her slippers, so I guess it was noticeable on her. So you see somebody else with these slippers, it's like, hold on a second.
Hey, they roughed you for your they roughed you for your shoes. So,
well, everybody knows the witch is dead, and
Dorothy's
they have
the one that killed her,
right? So this must be the one. But why did the slippers provide the witch with her powers? Is that why people?
Not that we know of.
They were limited edition,
or maybe that's what they were led. Or maybe that's what they were led to believe.
Could be. I mean, clearly they had some power, but it'd have been different if the Wiz was like, "Come over here, let me get them slippers about you,
that match,
so I can go home." Right. And I guess the question is, what magic do they possess? Everybody else seems to know. The first Wiz just told her, "Put them on, don't never take them off." And look, Dorothy don't know these people from nothing. So even though this lady said, "Hey," she magically moved them slippers off the old witch's feet and just, I don't even know what shoes Dorothy had on when she got there. Because some people are like, "Hey, Slim, what you doing with my shoes, though?"
I want them still. I still want them.
Dorothy like these.
So I get it. There's a little magic there, but she's like real defiant when people are like, "Let me get them slippers," and she's like, "No!" Like it's like, "No."
I was told never to take these off. Relax.
So what?
Relax, right? Relax.
They had to threaten to set her dog on fire.
Hey, turn to a hot dog. She said.
Would you relish?
Like, that's cold.
The Wiz is like, "Look,
those are shoes you had on, Dr. Who?
No brown leather teacher shoes. I mean, of course, full leather teacher shoes." Look, I liked it when the time comes and they say send her up, and he says, "Nah, just her. We don't let no riffraff in here." And she's like, "They not riffraff. These my friends. They came a long way." My man's like, "So I don't care."
They come in.
And she's like, "Well, then I ain't." And my man blows air in the microphone, and everybody falls down.
My guys, what?
Straight up.
Love that.
Richard Pryor.
Yeah.
What? Yeah. Told my man no. Well, if they can't come up, I'm not coming. Shut my man down. Carry my man. Carry the Wiz in front of all the people.
Sure did.
And at that point, like for real, she beat up the biggest dude in the jail yard. Right there. Shut it down. Everybody in the Emerald City should have been like, "Oh, Wiz, you can tell Slim no." Or, "Hey, dog, if you got them slippers, you can do whatever you want." I'm gunning for them joints. She goes to talk to the Wiz. The Wiz, giant metal head Wiz.
With the afro?
With the afro.
Originally, not scary. However, relax, Domingo. After my man Richard Pryor got turned into a robot at the end of Superman 3,
it became scary.
because they turned him into an actual Wiz, dog.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
Scars.
I'm not gonna laugh at your scars. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that because I got plenty.
Nah, it's not scary. But
I've always thought
Richard Pryor into Richard Pryor from the Wiz in Superman 3.
I always thought the Wiz looked like the end of Moonwalker for Michael Jackson when he turned into the.
It is, Coupe. It is.
He definitely stole that. Like, he definitely stole that. Like,
Michael Jackson. Moonwalker, Coupe.
Hey.
Oh yeah, Moonwalker's.
Hey.
Fire.
No.
What?
Moonwalker is terrible. It's terrible.
Oh, it will be. But it'll be
next movie.
It'll be terrible fire. Oh, it'll be terrible fire.
I've never seen it. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh man. It's a story you can forget, but I do want you to know that Michael Jackson is a Gundam.
Yep. Hey, the arcade game was fire, dog. I'm sorry.
Michael Jackson is a Gundam in Moonwalker.
He himself is a Gundam.
Yes.
Yes.
Somebody gets inside of him.
Into a car and transforms into a robot. He's a Gundam.
All right, I gotta watch this.
It's a real thing.
So
this is after the creation of Smooth Criminal and everything.
Yep.
I
mean,
it's all tied in.
It's all one thing. It's all
tied in.
Hey, listen, my man.
You got to follow the process. You got to follow the story.
Hey, listen, you got me on another rant.
Don't do that. Don't put your.
Ain't nobody scared of Michael Jackson. My man told Wesley Snipes, "You ain't bad. You ain't nothing.
You ain't nothing." Hey, that's that's a classic, bro. Hey, do I got moonwalk on Plex? I gotta know right now.
Please, you have it on Plex.
I gotta know right now.
If you don't have
that be the one we all watch together?
Let's do it. Listen, Wesley Snipes.
Oh my gosh,
I'm going to send.
I'm on the Plex right now. I'm going to moonwalk. See if he got it.
All right, so we go see the Wiz. The Wiz says, "You got to kill Eveline. I'm not giving y'all nothing." Now they sad and they go to the Emerald City Hotel. And they walk in and they have a moment. And she's like, "Listen, I don't have no choice. I got to off this joint. I'm a murderer now. I got to go do it. I gotta go home." And they like, "Listen, we can live here. The Emerald City ain't so bad. We can chip in. We can all live together." I'm like, well, none of y'all got jobs. You don't even need job. Like, you've been in a statue, mean old lion, for who knows how long. Chip in for what? What are you?
No, hey, Sin, it's not there.
What are you talking about? Look at that right here, dog. Hour 32 minutes, 1988, baby. Don't play with me. Let's go. Let's go. I got moonwalker right here on deck.
It's already done. Let's go.
You need to put it into the other one.
I got it on Blu-ray, so
my man. So we decide we want to kill Eveline. Now we cut to Eveline sweatshop. Where they're hammering with. Yes, Sin with like
with fabric.
They're hammering with fabric.
I thought that looked cool. I thought that looked good. Like with the ribbons flowing and everything. Yeah, like it looked.
It looks cool. I just never realized they weren't holding any tools until this time. Because it sounds like they're holding tools, but they're not.
This part was dumb.
And I don't know what Eveline does. Oh no, Doctor Who. God, you got the no moonwalker. Hold on.
I got no. I'm about to hit play.
We're gonna have a watch party.
So no bad news. Domingo.
Don't nobody bring me. Don't nobody bring me.
What I said. It's so gospel, bro.
It is.
Yeah.
It's church in the sweatshop, bro.
Church.
Hey. It's a good song, man.
The choreography, the costumes, the music from that scene, best part of the whole film. I dig it, Kristen, because that
was fine.
It's hard for me.
The best part of that whole scene was when she got flushed down a toilet.
A toilet?
Yeah. Oh no! Even better than that, Frosty. Why did she have a sprinkler system installed down there if that was her weakness? One push of the button and she died.
You never know when the fire's going to break up. I mean, fire breaks out.
Not unlike...
Hey, yo, Sid.
Not unlike Michael Jackson.
What I tell you?
Not unlike Michael Jackson being stuck and he's not really stuck.
And being so obvious and hot. Hey.
They could have pulled that switch, called it a day.
Relax.
A long time ago. However, she has actual magic because when she told them, y'all ain't getting no lunch breaks. Hey, listen. Y'all ain't getting no lunch breaks.
But they get song breaks.
And then my man was like, "Believe. We haven't had a lunch break in 6 months." She sent a spark. She threw one of them little white crop things. And my man got swallowed into the fabric.
Hey, no, this crap was so stupid.
It's terrible. Oh, God. My man got swallowed by the fabric. But that song is incredible, bro. I love every moment of that song. And then, like, after all of that, after the work, then they just go back into a reprise of it and finish the song.
Yeah.
At the end of it.
And then get whooped.
Monkeys.
As soon as the song's over, she started whooping them.
And then when the monkeys leave, she walks down the aisle spraying Febreze, dog. Listen. She walks down the aisle, spraying Febreze, clears them out, finishes the song, cut to the chase. The literal chase. We see them creeping for some reason, somewhere, going, I ain't scared. I ain't got nothing to be scared of. And they turn the corner, and there's the motorcycle monkeys right there. And now,
I knew he was getting to it.
Yeah. And now we learned that Diana Ross got speed, bro.
Dude, she got speed on them bikes only going max of like 5 miles an hour or something.
Well, I don't care then because that is the magic of them shoes. Right?
She was running like Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible.
No, listen, she would walk Tom Cruise, dog. I'm talking about full chest out. She's crushing in that. Like, here's the thing.
Better flash run.
I don't know how they directed them in this moment, but she's running like she's really scared.
Like,
we're just gonna warn you. We're gonna throw something that's probably gonna scare the ever-loving hell out of you. Just go with it.
Just run up the ramp.
Go
and don't
go with it.
Run, Barry, run.
Run, Deanna, run.
I do love the Tin Man Nipsey like going up the down escalator.
Nah, that pissed me off. He was stuck on it.
He was stuck, bro. He got halfway.
I was like,
up.
he has a brain.
Good point. Good point.
But he got stuck. And then he danced a little bit while he was there. And then he tried to stop the lion. The lion is running from like 2 joints. And he's like, hey, brother. And my man's like, not now, dog. Why are you talking to me? It's an actual moment from this joint. Like, nah, not now. And then they hide in a dumpster. In a center dumpster, surrounded by a bunch of dumpsters. And then the dumpsters magically fade. First of all right.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what's dumb.
Run it back, yeah.
Run it down.
Yeah.
There it is. Let's talk about what's dumb.
Yes.
Come here, Scarecrow. Get in here. Psst. Hey, Tin Man. Walk your clunky loud ass over here. Psst. Lion. Come here. Toto! Where's
Oh my God! Shut up, woman! You're trying to get us killed.
If I'm the Tin Man, I chop Dorothy in the throat right there.
Just been done with it.
Just give me that Vulcan. Hey, go to sleep. Just go to sleep.
Vulcan.
Yeah, just go to sleep.
Just grab.
I might care about that dog. I might care about that dog.
She was so extra. Like, woman, we're being chased by monkeys on Harleys. Stop it with wings.
No,
You haven't been worried about Toto this whole movie until like after he got out. Like, you haven't been worried about him the whole time. He's always running behind you. There's never Toto. Come on. Nope. Now it's a problem.
Of course.
And loudly.
Because Toto was being chased by Monkey Harley.
With bad breath and bad BO.
And them Jones look like.
I like the river mouth.
Exactly. It was very Muppets.
It was disgusting.
It was disgusting, but Jones like people. Like George Clinton. Not lying. Jones look like George Clinton.
I got think of that band in the Muppets, but he's supposed to be in the background somewhere playing the triangle or something.
He definitely could have been in there with Dr. Teeth and him.
Yeah.
But nah, he looked like Parliament and Funkadelic. He looked like George Clinton, like straight up. They get captured. I'm not sure how, because these joints don't have any arms.
They do. They're just like this.
Yeah, they're glued to the steering wheels or whatever. The handlebars. It's dumb.
So I'm thinking to myself, like in that moment, I'm thinking like, what is that joint? Is that Scary Movie My man's like, take my strong hand.
My
I'm thinking of
strong
that.
My strong hand.
Give me your other hand.
How are these joints going to catch them? They don't actually show them catch them. They show
they can't.
the sentient dumpsters slide away. Motorcycles come in. Cut. We back in the sweatshop. Lion's tail is tied up. My man Tin Man is on the hot press. They got, listen, I don't know why they have a saw in there. Dead tree told her like a stepchild. It's terrible. What's a dog? And Scarecrow on a table saw. No, that's in the M. He was off the bike. They weren't stuck.
Yeah, the end shows them having like a little bit more mobility, but like through that whole chase and like leading up to the chase scene, they're very much like one.
I feel like maybe they got unstuck in some way when Eveline died, the same way the graffiti people were able to peel their nasty selves from the wall after the first witch. Relax, Domingo. So listen, Eveline's like, and I'm gonna tell you, this is one of the nastiest things I've ever seen in my life. Let me get them shoes. She's like, no. She goes to take them. Her little nasty meat hand curls backwards. It is the nastiest thing. It's so nasty. And you can hear like the bones crack. And then she just like, fine then. And she cuts my man Michael Jackson in half. And it's just like, he's like, it's fine. It just messed up my library some. And then she's like, little white pop thing. Pow. And they press the Tin Man flat, bruh. Don't worry, Dorothy.
I'm mad at how perfect you just hit that, dog.
I can't feel a thing. Bruh, you're flat.
You're done, my guy.
He's a Coke can. Like, I know he is 10. So, like, he's really not solid. Like, you really could just, like, you could really just crush Slim. He's made of nothing. He's a Coke can. Mm-hmm. Flatten my man. And then yoink the lion up by his tail.
Yeah, that was terrible.
You felt that, right, Coupe?
I did feel. I felt that.
And Dorothy's upset. She's like, I just
they'll get over it. Yeah.
I mean, I just met these dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like,
she threatened Toto though.
She's like, tell me, you want sauerkraut or mustard or your little hot dog? And they take the dog and prepare to throw that joint in the fire. And Michael Jackson, who is clearly on the other side of the room, as she goes to take these slippers, I was like, psst.
Dog, so terrible, dog. So terrible, dog. How loud are you going to be in your escape attempt?
Hey, dog. And she's like, and Eveline's just like, hurry up with those shoes. What you gonna do with them? Even if she take them off, you can't touch them. your whole body just gonna curl back. What are you doing? She hits the fire. Listen, sets off. You okay, Sin?
Go ahead.
You okay?
Nope,
you
he's not.
No, dog. This part was on dumb.
It is. It's real dumb.
It took her forever to pull that lever.
She melts.
Nobody grabbed her.
She actually says the words like, she says, I'm allergic to water.
Oh, yeah. That's crazy.
And gets flushed down the toilet.
I'm allergic to water. And
how are you alive? I mean,
in a sweatshop.
Yeah. Nobody sweating in that joint. She don't sweat in there. Something. I don't know. Because I feel like she broke a sweat just singing No Bad News. but that's not water. It's sweat. It's different.
Yeah.
Yeah, and gets flushed down the toilet. And now, bruh, we about to celebrate. And I want to talk about celebration. Because for real, this is where the movie ends for me. Jai-like. We about to celebrate freedom. Give us free.
Mm-hmm.
Straight up. Like, can you feel a brand new day, bruh? It's a reason why Family Guy hit that joint so hard. Hit that joint. Like, they start feeling a brand new day before they unzip themselves.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then they realize, first of all, that's nasty. I don't know what they're wearing. It's nasty. Hey, Domingo, don't act like it's not. It's nasty.
Domingo, gone.
They unzip their skin, my guy.
Yeah, like for real. I don't know what it's supposed to signify. I mean, I understand like the idea of like shed your old life.
You're shedding your master clothes.
Exactly.
Freedom.
It's nasty. It's just like from the head down, shed their cast off skin.
That's the thing. It's
a brand new day from here on.
Now, bras and draws, dog. Let's get it in.
Turn up.
It's about to go down.
Let's get it popping.
Alvin dance troupe in the house is going down. And I'm gonna tell you what, it's few things that feel as good as listening to that song and watching that scene. Like that joint is like they are celebrating, bruh. And it just is like, and like, I don't know, like Diana Ross clearly can't dance. She can't dance because like her whole everything she does is just like this. Like she just keeps raising the roof. It's like she walks in circles and raise the roof.
Dorothy?
Yeah. Yes.
Bro, because she's not 24.
At all. At all, bro.
Her bones can't handle all that extra dance movement.
Calm that down. You choose one move and you stick to it. We 9 to 5. You right here.
Straight up.
You right.
This is the pinnacle / climax of the movie for me. This is it. Like, this is like, because for real, it's a very unsatisfying ending for like defeating the enemy who we just met 10 minutes earlier. Like, people have talked about Eveline. You never see her. Like, when you watch The Wizard of Oz, the Wicked Witch is a threat throughout the movie. Like, she is chasing them, going after them. Like, it's a thing, and you know that she's a threat and that she's after it. The first time you see Eveline, she sings her song and it sits down and goes, so, ain't nobody catch Dorothy? Dorothy.
Yeah, how do we get the A to B?
Because when they come in, the drug dealer has the poppy people, has them on chains, bringing them in, and he's leading them in. Yeah. He's straight up Pied Piper of R&B, R. Kelly them.
Oh Lord!
Into the
we just got into a deeper criminal element.
Oh my God! You just took it to a whole nother direction, man.
Came in.
I didn't bring up that.
Walked them into the chamber. So clearly, he's like her assassin. Her like, go get them.
Probably.
But he failed, and they never tell you that. Like you see him going after, like when they're in the amusement park. And my man, you hear the and he's looking at them through the hole in the paper through like an actual spyglass. Like Slim has a telescope. He has a telescope. You're in the same amusement park with them. Why are you looking at them with a telescope? It's dumb.
Yeah. Go get them.
Yeah, go get them. What are you waiting for? Why did you wait till there were 4 of them to go?
Do your job. It was one woman and Michael Jackson. Like you had that fight won, bro.
I mean, he was out there before there was Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Because also, the crows are also tied up when he leaves them in. So, like, he done caught everybody but them.
And how? Like, they are not, like, so elusive.
And she's not. And really just says that joint super nonchalant. Like, so, ain't nobody catch Dorothy? and then everybody just stops working. Like, oh snap, we were supposed to get dark.
Wait, hold up. Somebody check the work list. That was on our quota for the day.
They was like, oh,
I thought you was in charge of getting Dorothy.
You were supposed to get.
I'm on hammer in detail.
And when she goes,
I'm on hammer in detail.
I'm like,
oh, you know what? Nobody caught Dorothy. Nobody getting lunch today. It's so dumb, bro. And then my man's just like, but we ain't had lunch in 6 months. Get in the fabrics. I'm sick of your lip, Curtis. Get in the fabrics.
Curtis. Shut up, Curtis.
Oh God.
It's terrible. It's terrible, dog. I don't. We don't even really get to see her before she gets defeated. Like she gets off so easy. It's like it's almost no point in her existing. She's never a threat. And I'll be honest, like I don't remember her not being a threat for the entire movie.
Just until then. Just until
like no, but that's what I'm saying. Like she shows up, like she doesn't even go anywhere. She sings a song at home, and then finishes the song at home, and then dies on the same spot she was sitting in when she finished her song.
Hey, why is her throat a toilet?
Listen, because
she's trash.
Yeah,
when she got flushed, you know, I was thinking jokes.
What?
Bye bye, bitch.
Bye bye, bitch.
All right, so look, we freed the people.
Mm-hmm.
We are the champions of Emerald City, of Oz. We freed the Munchkins. Like we doing all that work. We out here. Let's go holler at the Wiz because he got it. You know, he promised us some things.
Happy to it, please, Mama.
100%. Richard Pryor, y'all.
Richard Pryor.
Domingo, talk to me about Richard Pryor as the Wiz once we discover who he really is.
What?
Breaking up. I can't really hear you.
1, 2.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think my man was I think he's from Jersey, right? I believe.
Yeah, he's from Atlantic City.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm just a guy from Atlantic City. And she's like, New Jersey? Like she's ready to go. Like down the street? Like for me? He's a terrible politician. I'm just a politician who can't. I done tried everything. I even tried being a dog walker. Yeah, man. I told her, like, Slim, coward. And they was ready to jump Slim. And they could have.
Uh-huh. Oh, they could dog walk.
My man really hid under his blankets when they showed up.
No,
I don't know exactly
underneath them Jones' fetal position, like out.
But the Wiz head was knocked over. I don't know what kind of party he had up there by himself. It was knocked over. There's a shambles in there.
He said alone by himself.
I mean, why is the head knocked over though?
Right.
Because I'm gonna tell you something. You know, unlike in The Wizard of Oz, the first time they meet the wizard, they don't snitch to you that it's not actually somebody powerful or whatever. But when they leave the first time and he has that little moment where he like keeps his head up through the eyeball, you know what I mean? And he looks sniveling and conniving or whatever. He almost seems like he knows he sent them to die. Like, but like if they get it done, cool. You know, cool. They get it done. My man got there on a balloon. They had never seen a balloon before. So he must be magic. He's the Wiz, and they're the witches. He is the fifth and final part of. There's 4 witches: north, south, east, west. and there's the Wiz, who must be the most powerful of them all because he came in on a weather balloon and they had never seen anything like that. And he took advantage of it, which is what he does. He's a con man, right? Straight up.
Same thing.
Essentially.
Yeah.
Look, turns out she had the power to go home the whole time because she gives to them, Dorothy gives to them, hey, listen, you've always been smart. You always had courage. You saved us. You've had heart. You take care of people. You look out, blah, 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 right? And Glenda, Lena Horne. Man, listen. Like Home is an incredible song. And I've heard it sung by a lot of people. Like Whitney Houston's first television debut, she sang Like Home. She bodied it. But like that song does do something to me. Like it's just something about it, the way that it's layered, listening to it happen, and then listening to Lena Horne sing it. But even then, like I've never been a huge Diana Ross fan. She sings that joint. Again, she doesn't Stephanie Mills that joint, but like she sings that joint. And to be honest with you, I feel better about this whole movie when I hear that song. Like it sells it. Like that idea of there being something special about home, about getting back to home, about taking home with you, having it with you no matter where you go. Those feelings of being alone, but not being alone as long as you carry home with you. It really actually is really special in a way that I think Somewhere Over the Rainbow is kind of that special song in The Wizard of Oz.
Mm-hmm.
You're right, Ma. Stephanie Mills is definitely the one. This is that song. The Wiz's version of Somewhere Over the Rainbow is Like Home. And it puts, to me, a cap on it in a way that's like, all is forgiven. Like, you know what? I'm good. I know sin.
I hear you, but for whatever reason, her facial expressions was throwing me off. It was making me laugh. Yes, between that and the Space Babies was just taking me completely out of it. Like
the Space Babies.
Let me tell you something about the importance of special effects and green screen in 1978, bruh. That was like nobody never seen nothing like this. Right now.
I hear you.
Babies velcroed to a wall.
Yeah. They actually look like they were velcroed to a wall, bro.
I think they were baby dolls that they had literally just like what in those velcro suits.
I had to look at it because I feel like they were moving like real babies. But I might have been.
Some of them were, but like the background ones were like
Were
just
like
stagnant. Like
Cabbage Patch Kids just velcro to a wall.
Straight up, Sin. Lena Horne definitely sings that joint like she's on stage and is doing like extra so that you can see that she's singing, like she's pushing past as if she is doing a stage performance. And the way that it's shot, it looks like a stage performance. So it does kind of seem like maybe there was some of that there. I mean, but you're right a little bit. But if you just close your eyes and listen to it, man, it's, pretty right. That's pretty right. Look, we spent a long time talking about this, longer than I thought we would. Straight up. All right, Coupe.
Yo.
Give me a grade for The Wiz out of 10.
7.
Frosty.
0.
Jokes.
6.
Sin.
I had to watch this twice because when I first watched it, I came at a 3 when I was done with it. But I was like,
If it
it's
wasn't
the
music,
Wiz. Bruh, I was sitting here like why is this happening right now? What in the blue hell am I watching?
I was prepared to turn it off. The person I was watching it with wouldn't let me because he was like, "You're doing this for movie club, so you have to watch it."
Right.
Yeah.
But today I watch because I like to watch everything we do with these at least twice just to because I don't know what mood I'm going to be in when I watch it for the first time. That way I kind of get that out the way and I can go back and watch what it is. So today I watched it at work, went again, and now I'm at a 5.
Okay.
going the wrong direction as we go through this.
The classic movie to me means more than any of y'all. So I'm gonna say the 10.
I think it's an 8.
A 10? On what scale are we talking about here?
I mean, listen,
Out of 10.
again, it's a 10. I didn't question anybody else's reasons. I have my thoughts why other people say what they say.
Yeah.
But good about it, so I'm gonna say a 10.
Hey, look, I'm at an 8. I have guys. This movie is so camp, it's beautiful, and I'm sad about the low ratings. I understand. Here's the thing. That's why it's an 8 for me. What is wrong with y'all? This is why it's an 8 for me. Because objectively, I try to take some of the I take that 7, Heather. 7.5. It's mostly soundtrack. Soundtrack is so important to it. It's a musical.
Yeah.
It's a musical. So it's mostly
I would say that I like it way. I like, even though I never got to see it as a musical, I like the idea and it makes sense because I looked it up afterwards, seeing that it was a musical beforehand. Like that makes a lot more sense. You know what I mean? I see this way better as a musical than I do as a theatrical film.
Right. It is. I mean, look. Yes, there are songs in The Wizard of Oz. The Wizard of Oz is a musical. This is a play, though. This is a musical that is a play that is turned into a movie for the theater. It is different in that sense. And it's very 1970s music. Like it is a classic. And I try to take some of the nostalgia away when I look at the rating for it, because like I wouldn't necessarily recommend The Wiz to just anybody. There are people I would recommend you watch it, right? But I also do think that comes with a caveat. And anytime you have something, there are movies where I'm just like, nah, you need to see this. It doesn't matter who you are, doesn't matter what it is. This is a movie everybody should see. I don't necessarily think I do think everybody should watch The Wiz because of its historical, like what it means as far as that's concerned. But in terms of like being like, oh, you just want to sit down and watch a good movie, I can't recommend The Wiz to everybody, right? For me, it's an 8 because for all of the things about this movie that don't quite line up or that aren't that smart or that just seem like, why would you do that? So much more of it is about the music to me and is about and it is them doing an adaptation of someone else's story. It's not an adaptation of The Wizard of Oz. It's an adaptation of the book that The Wizard of Oz is an adaptation of. The original name for the play is like, hold on, I'm going to tell you what it is. It is The Wiz, the Super Soul Musical, Wonderful Wizard of Oz.
I like it.
That's the original name of the play, right? So it's like it is a take that when you watch it as a movie, because The Wizard of Oz is a movie, that's where you draw your general comparisons from. But it's not a movie that's based on The Wizard of Oz, the movie. It's a movie that's based on the book that the Wizard of Oz is based on. If you watch this after years and years of The Wizard of Oz with nothing for Black and brown people, it was wonderful. Again, I agree. I understand that 100%. And I feel that same way about, again, for me, it's an 8, not just for those reasons, but because I think that there is a certain amount of significance for what they did with what they had, the amount of money they put behind doing something like this. Like the fact that it failed in the theaters makes sense to me. It just like it does. It makes sense to me that this failed in the theater. What it did after that, like it's almost like any kind of a movie that has a cult following or is considered a cult classic, right? Like it doesn't necessarily resonate with everyone, but it also isn't for everyone.
Exactly.
That's part of what the point is. It's not for everyone. And that is including like at this point, people of a younger age. One of the things that I think is important about this movie is that The Wizard of Oz is based in the time frame that it was made in.
Mm-hmm.
And this movie is based in the time frame that it was made in. So if you watch The Wizard of Oz, once you get to Oz, the houses, the backers, the things, they have a 1930s, 1940s feel to them, even when they go away from quote unquote the real world.
Mm-hmm.
This is the same thing. They are in 1970s New York, almost 1980s New York, and that aesthetic is played throughout Oz, right? So they land in Oz in a beat up, beat down playground in the middle of essentially the hood with graffiti on the walls. That's a real thing, right? They go through the subway.
Like, I think that it is like you're making a really valid point. Like, I hate the 70s. I hate everything about the 70s. Like, I hate the style. I hate the artwork. I hate the fonts. Like, I don't like the 70s. Like,
You know what?
Lava lamps. Yeah.
I'm just like, I didn't
The
like
fonts.
the 80s either. I hated the 80s. Like,
You're 90s,
I don't-
you're 90s person.
like 90s is like
It
all
makes sense.
right, but like I'm somebody who like I go way back, like Edwardian, Victorian, like those are the
Right.
decades. That's
Right.
like the artistic style that I prefer.
I get that.
So like the very bubbly and like loud, like it's loud, and I
It
don't.
is.
It's just not my style. Like I
Right.
had like no disrespect to anybody who likes it. It's just not something that I like. And so like this is a very loud movie.
It is
And so
100%.
and it's kind of like all over the place. It was just like I love musicals and I always want to give them a shot no matter what. But like yeah, this one just like it was out of so many of my comfort zones, I think, that I was just like it was hard for me to watch it.
It makes a lot of sense. You hated High School Musical.
Very
You-
true.
You like,
It was,
you like
it was
Grease?
garbage.
I do like Grease.
Okay. I mean, you know, I think that there's an aesthetic that matters in film as a whole, right? So like sometimes
There's
I'll
so
say,
many enemies in the chat.
I mean, look, you're gonna have that, right?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. So let's put them up there.
But the come on, you know, look, come on, everybody, what I do, what Domingo do?
Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah. Y'all two give it the highest ratings. Yeah.
Hey, y'all can leave me out of this, yo. I got a
yeah, he's like, oh, I
got a whole nother thought pattern going on right now because of
listen, I feel you. Look, this is for me. This movie is again. Look, it's a product of its time. I think when they redid The Wiz again and made it a musical and like put Neo in it and whatever, I was like, come on, Slim, kid. No, it doesn't feel the same. But they redid The Wiz. They didn't make their own version of The Wizard of Oz that brought The Wizard of Oz to today. And I feel like if they had done that, it might resonate better, right? With people currently. This movie doesn't, it's come on, man, they flushed the youngin' down the toilet, bro, like a giant toilet. Like, there's a line, you know what I'm saying? There's definitely a line. And I can remember being a kid and knowing she got flushed down the toilet and not really thinking twice about it, right? And I could not like if I was gonna watch the movie again, not having to come back and have a discussion about it, right, and really dig into it. I feel like I could watch it and just enjoy it because I'm gonna enjoy the music and like I could just this could be on and it could be running in the background and I'm gonna be singing along and dancing along and enjoying myself and having nostalgia. But from a realistic standpoint, like I get that it's not for everyone, and you know I know people who like. I like some of everything. I like all kinds of time periods. I find interesting things about some of everything, and so. Those things are not like I'm not like disgusted by bubbly. I don't always want bubbly, but I'm not like disgusted by it. I'm disgusted by Beach Wars.
Here we go.
I didn't see that shot. I ain't gonna lie, jokes. I didn't see that shot coming.
I didn't either.
I didn't see that one coming. That one was left field.
Normally there's a wind up, but there was no wind up.
Nah. But I am for a different reason though. You know what I mean? But like I can respect that you love it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I understand why you love it because that was your thing. You grew up in it, and that's you know what I'm saying. So I dig that. You know, jokes. If your mother heard you give the Wiz the grade you gave it, would she slap you?
I don't know. I don't know actually.
I feel like your mother would backhand you. That's how I feel. I know your mama. I feel like she would backhand you. Coupe, would your mother be upset with you for giving the Wiz the grade you gave it?
No. As a matter of fact, she heard me watching the movie and she was like, "Are you watching the Wiz?" And I was like, "Yeah." She was like, "Okay."
Yeah, but she didn't know you was gonna come in here and do that.
I gave it a 7.
I mean, it was like that's not that bad.
7. It's like I said, it's all music, and that's what really got me into the movie. I guess this whole time around. Oh, fun fact: this is where Quincy Jones said he met Michael Jackson.
Yeah,
for the first time, and after the movie, it's like, hey, let's make the greatest album ever.
Let me tell you something. When they walk into the Emerald City, the music that's playing in the Emerald City, that music is in Off the Wall. Like that exact same joint is in Off the Wall. It's sampled. It's in there.
That sounds.
It's straight up in Off the Wall. Like it's that joint is like precursor. Or we about to do something like right now. Yeah, it's clean. And then again, you have like stuff from like like Slick Rick, Dougie Fresh, like that whole like here come the with like there's just stuff in there that for me it feeds the beast. So I'm at 8. Look, we're gonna wrap this up. I want to thank everybody for hanging out with us in the chat, for chiming in, for listening to us rant a little bit. Here's the thing. Movie Club Movie of the Month for next month is looking like What About Bob? That's what it's looking like.
Not Moonwalker?
Wow. Not Moonwalker?
we just did the musical. We just did the musical.
No, that's a side project. Moonwalker, that's a side project. We can't just Michael Jackson back to back. That's a little too much.
Right.
Thank you, Candace. Yeah, listen, thank you everybody for tuning in. We will make a decision about the movie for next month. We're gonna have a slight discussion about it amongst ourselves. If you like What About Bob and you wouldn't mind, and you can feel free to let us know, jump into the group and talk to us there, or shoot one of us a message or something like that. We'd be happy to hear from you. For those of you who are in the area and you don't have anything popping already for Saturday, the crew and I will be at Nerdpocalypse on Saturday. That runs from 3 to 9. We're going to be hosting some stuff. It's going to be a good time. There's going to be karaoke. There's going to be drinking. There's going to be giant pretzels, right, jokes?
Yeah.
Oh,
Lord. You
I didn't say anything else because that was the pinnacle of like the excitement.
I haven't had a giant pretzel since
last Nerdpocalypse.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, that's this weekend. we'll be there. Expecting to have a good time. And if you're not there, we'll have a full report on Tuesday on Weekly. So
absolutely.
For myself, for Sin, for Domingo, for Jokes, for Frosty, and for Coupe, this has been your Loading Snacks Movie Club discussion of The Wiz. We appreciate you all. Thank you. We're out. Toodles and lose.
Loading snacks.